Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. This is Anonymous T. Hope you're having an amazing day today. Today, I am reacting because Sidney was just on this Instagram live for about an hour, and it was a lot. It was a lot happening, both in her live as well as in the comments, but there ended up being some good questions. So there were a lot of questions because I guess apparently some of the other cast members went live earlier in the day and were talking some mess. I don't know what happened with that, but this live was hilarious. Sidney was at her place, the same place that she had filmed the Meet the Parents, and she was telling the people that this is her real place. It's not an Airbnb. She was talking about her mom also that was scammed because they were trying to find a place in, I think they're going to France coming up at some point, and they were asking her mom to submit through some CashApp or something weird to do the payment and for $600. So that was a hot mess. Also, bunch of questions about Phil, if Phil and Sidney were together. She said that they hung out last night. They hang out pretty much all the time. They're still dating exclusively. She wasn't calling it a relationship or anything like that. She was wearing his shirt. Also, she said that kind of her, Frank, and Phil hang out all the time, and were hanging out all the time during filming and after filming. And eventually what happened was Moomin was hanging out with them too, and then she randomly just stopped showing up. So after everything wrapped, that was when Phil and Sidney had asked Frank what happened to Moomin. So she stands by that Frank essentially is saying that it was him, not Moomin, and that he needed to get himself together and this and that. A lot of people were giving her kudos for saying that Naeem, aka I call him Bailao, needs a peach, and she just thought it was funny. She felt that he just had a different energy. New tea that I did not know. She said also during the filming of the reunion, when they were backstage, Bailao, aka Naeem, he was the main one that was asking Sidney, does she need anything? Does she need help? He was going to go get her stuff. Just basically was following her around or just trying to attend to all of her needs, and then had a different energy as soon as the cameras went on. So she feels as though he is Zadia's minion. And then she said pretty much the dynamic of Kamil and Zadia is Zadia will essentially just do Kamil's dirty work for her and be like her little bark dog. Whenever there's drama or whenever she has beef with people, she wants to have Zadia be the person to go after people. But she just said that the whole energy was just weird with Kamil and Zadia. She said that she gets along with everybody in the cast, all of the girls except for Zadia and Kamil, and that they're just problematic. People were getting sick of them lying. She said the main issue at hand is a lot of these events, there's alcohol, and she said there's some people in the cast who drink. There's some people in the cast who drink on and off camera. There's some people in the cast who do not drink on camera but will drink off camera. And then there's people who don't drink at all. And so the thing with Aisha is she was always sober. She always saw everything that was going on. So Zadia and Kamil were jealous. They were intimidated by her because Aisha always called them out for what it was and always saw through their nonsense and saw through their BS. She said that also, there was an issue apparently at a rooftop party. I guess Frank said in another interview that Zadia and Sidney had gotten into a fight or some type of altercation or something happened. So this was, I guess, before, like earlier on in the process, I think. And it was one of the first times Sidney was like around the group. And they had been filming all day and everything else. So they were at this rooftop bar for like over 5 hours. A lot of people were drinking. A lot of people were wasted by the time she got there. So she didn't know at the time, since she was new to the show, who were all in couples, who was it like two and all of that. So it ended up being, she was like dancing with Cornelius, and he wasn't stopping her. He wasn't pushing her away. He had this big grin on his face. and Kamil got mad and said that she was dancing with her man, but it ended up being like she had mushed Zadia in the face because, of course, Kamil, she has all these energy behind people's back, but she never tells it to their face. So she, I guess, employed Zadia to talk for her or tell her, whatever it was. She said there's not a limit to drinking. She had on Phil's shirt. I don't know if I had said that. She had on Phil's t-shirt during the live. It sounded like she was sick, though, because she kept coughing. She was also taking some, different sprays and Mucinex and all kinds of stuff. And so then she'd end up getting off the live because she was cooking dinner. And then there was like a weirdo that had joined the live. It kind of creeped me out. But everybody else was pretty cool for the most part that got on and asked questions and whatnot. Also, she touched on the Brown Girl Squad comments, and just a lot of the comments were saying how they were projecting, they were doing too much, and she felt that Sidney and Aisha and everybody held their own. And then I guess they said that the reunion filmed like 3 months ago. It filmed back in September. So that was interesting. Also, some other tea is Naeem, aka Bilal, as I call him Bilal, because that's his last name. Him and Sidney apparently went on a cryotherapy date, and it was too hot for TV, so it never aired. But allegedly, he was into her as well. And allegedly, Zadia doesn't even want Naeem, aka Bilal. But he was her pit bull at the reunion. So, new tea on that. They said that their date was too hot for TV to air, which I find funny considering DANTE and Aisha's massage thing. I'm like, you guys can air that, but you can't air Sidney's date. And Sidney said she went on a lot of dates where she wasn't in Fashion Nova body cons and to stop coming for her, and that she wears things that makes her feel comfortable. Everybody kept asking where Phil was. Everybody asked if Phil could join the live, and she said that Phil was sleeping all day. She talked to him earlier because he was hungover from the night before. She confirmed once again she knew Courtney before the show. However, she didn't know that Courtney was going to be on the show until they told Sidney that she was going to be on the show as a bombshell, or as they like to call it, a curveball. She said originally she was supposed to be a part of the beginning process like the rest of the cast, but then they changed up last minute and asked her if she wanted to be a curveball and come in later at the season. And at first she didn't want to do it because she wanted to experience the full thing and thought that by the time she would arrive that the guy of her dreams would be gone. And so they assured her that wouldn't be the case. And so then that's how she ended up joining as a curveball with Sean. She said what filming didn't show was that she fell a couple of times during her entrance. And so nephew Tommy had to keep telling them to do like a retake or whatever to get the shot. Then she said that there's like assessments that everybody has to do where they get graded by production, and Phil got an A and she got a B. A lot of people were asking if Kamil and Cornelius were fake, if Kamil was Cornelius's beard, if Cornelius was gay, just asking all kinds of stuff, because people noticed at the reunion that there really was no romantic interaction between Cornelius and Kamil. But she essentially said that she doesn't talk to them. She doesn't talk to Kamil and Cornelius or Zadia, so she doesn't know, what the extent of is their, if they're pretending for TV. She did make it a point to say that nobody was actors, that nobody was fake in that part, but she did mention that Kamil did brag about being in theater and being a theater teacher as well, and said that Cornelius was a model but also has a regular 9-to-5 as an electrical engineer and stuff. But she felt, from her perspective, that pretty much all the cast was legit, even though a lot of people were then getting in on Corey because of the preview for next week. And so she said she's not going to hate on Corey, that she's cool with Corey. But she was shocked that her friend Courtney was interested in him because she already knew what Corey was about. But she said she's cool with Corey. She's not going to hate on him. She said she finds Naeem, aka Bilal, attracted in her normal type in terms of like his everything about him except for him being bald. But she just felt on camera he's just trying to be like he's just doing a lot of quote unquote bitch assness stuff, essentially, where that's why she said he needed a peach and she was hoping that that was included. But she said she just got tired of Zadia and Kamil would just be the main ones drinking, and then they would say all of this reckless and problematic stuff. And then when they played it back on camera, they completely acted like they had no idea what you were talking about. They completely played victim, this and that. Even after showing Kamil multiple times, she still was just doing the most. And so it was just annoying. It was just very frustrating. So then people were also asking if Kamil and Cornelius were a business situation. Then it was funny because somebody in the comments said that Kamil, I guess, came for her or came from somebody in her DMs because they had left a message on, I want to say it was Cornelius's page. And essentially, she got mad because she had said that she left a comment on Cornelius's page that Kamil needed a therapist and medication. And Cornelius deleted it, but then Kamil jumped into the comments. So again, it just speaks to this hold that Kamil has on Cornelius, because even Sidney said that Cornelius told so many lies and that he's lying in so many interviews about Kamil, and he's lying, saying, oh, that's not how it happened, even though he knows the truth of what really happened. So he just feels as though that him and Naeem are like being trained and being told what to do by Zadia and Kamil, which is what it seems like it is, because it's just annoying. She loves Aisha and DANTE. Sidney loves Aisha and DANTE. She thinks that they're so cute. Mumin was in the comments. She had shouted out Mumin. Mumin seems so sweet and nice and everything. So back to Aisha and DANTE, she was like shouting them out and asking if she can get an invite to their wedding because they're just so cute. And then she spilled, of course, that Zadia was into DANTE. She was not into Bilal, aka Naeem, like that. But she's trying to downplay it on the show, but she really was into DANTE, and that's why she is pressed that he's actually with Aisha, as well as being pressed over Aisha in general, because Aisha does not hold back and is going to tell things like it is. So that is on that. She said also next Friday they are doing some type of dinner party or something where it's going to be her, Phil, DANTE, and Aisha. So stay tuned for that. And that was pretty much it. Oh, and also she said that she got confused a lot of times on camera between Phil and Frank. I'm not sure how she got confused between the two of them, but I guess she would say each other's name wrong. So they always had to like do another take so that she could get the right names. And then also the reason why Frank did not meet her parents was her parents had a short filming window. And the same day that they did the meet the parents with Phil, Frank was filming his meet the parents with Mumin's people, with Mumin's family. So that was a conflict. So Frank couldn't film until another time, I think in the afternoon or something. So that's why he had filmed with who was it? Sidney's friend, I think, or her sibling or something. But basically, he wasn't able to film with her parents, essentially, because of the limited filming time that they had available. Also, that her family loves Phil. They were the ones, specifically her mom, that was encouraging Sidney to apply on the show, and that she loves watching the show. And she said that there's like a different dynamic on the Facebook groups, because she said the Facebook groups are always dragging her for like what she's wearing. And she says that she just wears what she wants to wear that's comfortable. She says that it's her natural hair. She doesn't wear wigs. And she said they just come for her being oily. And she's like, people don't understand. You could be filming a date and you could be somewhere for 5 hours and it's like 95 degrees and hot. So obviously you're going to then start to look oily after a certain point. She said that there was tons of dates that she went on with other men that they didn't air, where she wasn't in her Fashion Nova bodycon outfits. So, boy, they just didn't show it. And so she just said, when you're filming, to be aware that, you know, you can be filmed at all times, and to watch what you say, even when you forget that there's a mic to just always be mindful of that. And that was really the bulk of what happened. That was the bulk of what she said. Like I said, tons of comments about Phil. Tons. Some were asking if Phil was there, if he was going to appear. And she was like, listen, Phil is asleep back at his place because of everything. So that was all. She said she had recently got out of a relationship before she had got contacted about doing the show, like about a few months prior. And she said she's a relationship type of girl where she's usually like in a relationship for like a couple of years or so, things of that nature. But that's really pretty much everything I want to say. So that was the highlights of that live. And let me know your guys' thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. It does not surprise me at all now looking back at how Naeem, aka Bilal, was acting. I could see why he made that silly comment about Zadia, because it wasn't even relevant because Sidney wasn't even on the show at that point. But his energy was different once the camera started rolling. So it sounds like he's trying to get an acting career or an acting job or something. I don't know. But it was just whack. She did say, though, out of the men, she did say that Walter did call out Naeem a few times, I guess behind the scenes or something, for his behavior. So I did find that to be interesting. So she did say that he was one of the ones that did call him out. But yeah, Sidney just felt away because she was like, the reason she called on the other guys, because she's like, I'm not about to be a woman coming for a guy on how he is treating everybody, that these other men need to check him for him getting into women's business and trying to start beef with the ladies. That's why she asked for one of the men to say something, because she felt that it was unnecessary for Bilal, who was trying to get a peach, who was trying to be like Peter Thomas of Real Housewives of Atlanta, and was doing the most. So that was what she was saying there. That was essentially it on that. And that was mainly it. Oh, she's from New Jersey also, too, which I kind of figured. She didn't seem like she was from DC. So yeah. But that truly is it this time. That is the summary of her live and what she said and everything. So let me know your guys' thoughts. Let me know what you guys think of Sidney and this Instagram live she did. Again, like I said, I'm not aware of the other lives that took place today. I was just aware. I just happened to be actually doing something else. I was actually working on something else, and her live popped up, and I just wanted to see what she had to say. And I just kind of tuned in because it depends on the person. I don't always tune into people's lives, but I don't mind Sidney. I don't get the fuss that certain people have about her. Like, she just has like a bubbly, lighthearted energy. Like, I don't understand why so many people are pressed about her. And she's real. She's legit. She's the same person she is on the show. I don't understand why people get so bothered, but it is what it is. But it was really cool. It was a fun live. Shout out to Sidney. Shout out to Phil. They seem to be doing good, and everything is everything. So that is all that I have. Those of you, if it's your first time viewing my channel, welcome. Thank you so much. Please check out my playlist. Please check out other things that I've reacted to or done reviews on or what have you. Those of you who've been back multiple times, thank you so much for your continued support. I'm grateful. I'm thankful. I'm appreciative of each and every single one of you. Please do not forget to hit the like button. Do not forget to comment and react. And please do not forget to hit the notification bell so that you are notified the moment that I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I will talk to you guys again very soon.